Good morning, everybody, and this is your DAX day trade setups for today. So, yeah, missed out on a lot of these moves with me traveling, and haven't had the pullback onto structure to allow me to get back in on the move. And this is kind of where your psychology really comes into play because the fear of missing out is what starts driving your decision making, and you've got to be so careful about just jumping in and stick to the rules. You know, sometimes you do jump in and you make a good amount of money by jumping in, and then you do it again, you make money, you do it again, you make money, and then more often than not, you keep jumping in and it keeps going against you. Sometimes you still make money, but then other times you get scared, you get out, and then typically it kind of just turns right where you get out and goes past your entry, which would have been profit. And the next part of the psychology is you say, to hell with it, I'm not going to use a stop loss. It will go to the upside, so I can get in anywhere I want, and it's just going to run. And then you have a COVID, or you have some big institution folding or something, or some negative news, and it plummets. And while you're still thinking that you don't need the stop loss, it takes you out properly. It cleans out your account. And so it's very difficult to not listen to that inner voice a lot of times, but you've got to be strong and you've got to stick to the rules. If the rule doesn't get triggered, so be it. There will be another trade another day. So anyway, just a little bit of advice. Been there, done that, got that t-shirt multiple times. So what are we doing at the moment? We are onwards and upwards. No two ways about that. You want to be going with the trend. You want to wait for the pullback, and then you want to get the opportunities to buy into it. But when you look at the 3-hour, you can see we're flatlining on the oscillators. The trend is relatively gentle. It's slightly parabolic, but it's not really, how do I put it? It's not really, just going straight up. So it is kind of going up in a measured manner. It is leaving gaps, which does concern me. We did have this double hanging man setup brew yesterday, but this morning is this move to the upside. And if you look at yesterday's price action, hanging man, inside bar. So a bit of a toppy picture, but then this morning we've continued. Now, dropping down to the hour, first things first, that would have been a buying opportunity there. Did not materialize, and we kind of just went straight up sideways and then drifted higher again. We still do have Eurozone data today as well. We've got more data in the US coming out. Quite a bit of data yesterday, which drove the markets. And looking at the euro, it does look like the dollar will start to weaken shortly, which should impact some positiveness on the euro, and that's going to impact the DAX even more. But we are at such lofty levels that I'm very, very cautious of just chasing this at the moment. Trend is up. We want to go with the trend, but I only want to be buying off structure, and we have not had that opportunity to buy off structure. We've had ranges, had solid breaks, no retests, and I'm very, very reluctant at the moment. As hard as it is, because you look at the big moves, and I mean, you'll sit back and you'll do this, and you say, I missed out on 200 points. Maybe, but it could have gone against you as well. So don't really see any opportunities. There's one that is ever so slightly applicable. That's 17,724, and then another little one around there that would close this gap, and that's at 17,700. So pull back into this space could very well be what we're looking for. one thing I would be a little bit concerned about is there is not quite the first two, but it's close enough in my books, first two fractals there. But you can see how below it, above it, below it, above it, below it, above it, more than likely a Fibonacci zone or something like that, or Fibonacci channel, which is playing there. And then you have that trend line, which I would also be paying attention to. So if you just draw that trend line in, you'll see how this zone becomes very, very, very important. So that's kind of what I'd be waiting for. Pull back into this zone. If we do get some decent price action in here, very small positions for a long, but yeah, I think you're probably going to drift sideways or drift lower or even drift higher until the data comes. I don't think you're going to get a big move until the data's out. And the way the data is coming out is nothing wrong. The world is fine. The economies are perfect. There is no recession. Interest rates are coming down. So, yeah, there's so much noise in the market, but you just need to keep your wits about you. And I just want to just check the 5 minutes. I don't really have time for the 5 minutes in the day or during the day. You can see, if you're looking for trades, hindsight being the perfect science again, that would have missed it. You would have thought that there would have been a second move coming, and that's very close to the cash market close. So, yeah, data, and then we pulled back. Didn't like the data, dropped below there, and then we liked the data again. So your guess is as good as mine. I'm very, very, very nervous right now. This just has the feeling of, sucking in those fear of missing out people. If you just zoom out a little bit more. So they've had in this zone here in the beginning of the year, they would have been panicking a little bit. We're ranging, we're not moving. Even myself not looking to take trades. And then we have a fake out below the zone here 3 weeks ago. And then from then it's been one-way traffic. So typically what happens is you get people sitting and looking at this and going, I have to make money. I must make money. So I am going to just go with it because it's going to the moon. And that's what the institutions want the retail traders to do right now. They want you to jump in up here because they are positioning themselves to see where your stops are, if you have stops in. And they're going to eventually target those stops because the stops would trigger a bit of an extra sell, which will give momentum to the market, which then they can contribute to because they have the cash reserves to do it and drive this down. So this has just got such a trap feel and look to it at the moment that I'm very cautious. It's very similar to the way Bitcoin looks at the moment, just by the way. So if you holding Bitcoins, watch out. So yeah, I'm skeptical. So I think I'm probably going to sit back and just watch this today. I'm not really keen on jumping in up at these levels, but on the lower time frames, there is opportunities for some scalps, as I've given you. So just watch this zone, 17,724 and 17,700. Watch this zone, probably for a move up to 17,800, I would say. But that's the only thing that I would do, and I won't leave this over the weekend either. Definitely won't leave any trades in over the weekend. There's no shorts. I'm not going to even try and second guess that. But that is what I'm seeing. And be cautious, ladies and gentlemen. Be very cautious. Don't just don't jump in and don't get sucked into the fear of missing out. That's a lot of times how people get trapped. So you've got to be strong. Anyway, hope it helps, and we will catch up with you on Monday morning. Cheers for now.